For our 11th piece of music, we're going to study Allegro molto in C minor by Fanny Mendelssohn. About the composer. Fanny Mendelssohn was born in Hamburg, Germany in 1805 and was a Romantic period composer. She was the eldest sister of composer Felix Mendelssohn. Fanny Mendelssohn and her brother Felix were both musically talented. The two children were given the same music teachers. Felix readily admitted that his sister played the piano better than he did. She married the Prussian court painter Wilhelm Hensel in 1829. Fanny Mendelssohn wrote about 500 musical compositions in all, including about 120 pieces for piano, many lieder, which are also called art songs, chamber music, cantatas, and oratorios. About the music. Fanny was gifted and a creative composer, even surpassing her brother Felix with her compositional ideas and progressive use of harmony. Despite her excellent education and recognition among those who knew her well, she did not publicize her talent in any way. Her father Abraham pressured her to stay within the prescribed societal confines of wife and mother. Most of her music was not even discovered or attributed to her or published until after her death. The vocabulary we'll cover today is motif, a reoccurring short musical idea, and allegro, a brisk or rapid tempo.
Allegro molto in C minor by Fanny Mendelssohn.
All right, let's take a moment to review this listening map of Allegro, molto, and C minor. Um, First of all, the piece was completely just piano, right? And made up of different motifs. A motif is that reoccurring short musical idea. So let's identify some of those motifs we saw. We had the snowflakes were a motif, the icicles were a motif, the hills and the trees were a motif, and the cardinals or the birds are a motif. I like in the trees how this piece is in minor. It has more of a sad feel, but then we feel that variation on the green trees. They switch to that happy feeling, that major feeling on the green trees. I love this piece. I hope you enjoyed it too.
Allegro molto in C minor by Fanny Mendelssohn.
All right, reviewing the vocabulary, we have allegro, which is a brisk or rapid tempo. Melodic direction, I didn't really point that out on the listening map, but the path of the notes in the melody that moving up, down, or to stay the same. We've talked about that one before. Minor, using notes from the minor scale It has that sad sort of feeling, usually having half steps between the scale degrees 2 and 3, 5 and 6, and 7 and 8. Molto is going to precede or follow by a musical direction, which means very or much. So Allegro molto means fast, very, so very fast, yes? Motive or motif, a reoccurring short musical idea. Piano, not the dynamic, but the instrument. A large keyboard musical instrument with a wooden case enclosing a soundboard and metal strings, which are struck by a hammer when the keys are depressed. Romantic period was from 1820 to 1900. Period of music history with more freedom of expression and emotional content in the music. Sacred music crossed over to concert halls with dramatic requiems, and nationalism in music was important. New music forms included art songs, chamber music, and symphonies. A solo is one person performing alone.